Mamas, make sure your babies grow up to be carpenters. Let them swing hammers and drive pickup trucks. Make them play with their sawmills and such. And mamas, make sure your babies grow up to be carpenters. They're always alone 'cause they're driving nails home, 'cause it's something they love. Carpenters ain't easy to love, they're harder to hold. They'd rather build a building than give you diamonds or gold. A big hammer loop on his old faded Levi's, and a place for his tape measure too. If you don't understand him and he don't die young, he'll probably build you something too. Mamas, make sure your babies grow up to be carpenters. Let them swing hammers and drive pickup trucks. Make them play with their sawmills and such. Mamas, make sure your babies grow up to be carpenters. They're always alone 'cause they're driving nails home, because it's something they love. They're always alone, they're driving nails home, because it's something they love. Well, the wildfires were wild on the farm, and we never knew what it was called. Some said the flies, some said the weeds that stalled. One day I was out there talking to my brother, and reached down for a weed, Things got fuzzy, things got blurry. Everything was gone. Didn't know what happened. I knew it beat the heck out of slipping burlap. I come to, and my brother was there, and he said, "What's wrong with your house?" I said, "I don't know. I was chewing on a weed." He said, "Let me give it a try." We spent the rest of that day, most of that night, trying to find my brother Bill. Caught up with him about 6 o'clock the next morning, maybe, singing along. Said he flew up there. I had to fly up there and do that. He was about half crazy. The very next cascade at the bunches of weeds and we put them in the sun to dry. Then we mashed them up and we chopped them on and we put them in a corn pot. Smoking the wildwood fire got to be a habit. We didn't see no harm. We thought it was kind of good. Well, all good things got to come to an end. It's the same with the wildwood wood. One day this fellow from Washington came by and his fire was y'all come back now here. Now if the women can't find you handy, or they can't find you good looking like me, just pray that they find you. And that's all I got to say about that. Y'all come back now. You hear?
Ha-ha, chickens, you can't get in here. Pissing you off, huh, birds? Does it piss you off? Ha-ha. Ha-ha. Neener, neener, neener. You can't get the worms here. Well, y'all, my wife has got some good deals on some seeds given to her. So these are not necessarily the seeds that I would plant. These are, they're a hybrid. They're Barry Morris seed, yellow crookneck, but it's a hybrid, a Dixie hybrid, and they do good around here. So we're just going to go ahead and plant them anyway, just because we have them. One thing about planting these seeds here, I have planted yellow crookneck and zucchini right next to each other, and yes, they do cross breed with each other. It don't make them poisonous, but you ain't going to collect the seeds from them. You're not going to, and the squash is still good eating, so it don't hurt nothing. Now these seeds here, they are kind of old. And so I plant 3 of them in each, you know, I put 3, 3, and 3. But they'll do good. I'm not going to mark exactly where they're at because I know what squash looks like when it's sprouts on out. So I don't need to mark out exactly where each one is. But just to remind me when they start growing, I do want to mark out that this is the zucchini hill. So I'm doing that part. I should do something more to hold that in because the weather will blow it on over. It can dislodge that. But trust me, when they start sprouting, I'll know. I had a few seeds left over, so I want to put it in this pat. Now in my next section of garden over here, I'll plant another hill of the yellow crookneck down here. And at that end of this row, I'll plant the zucchini two different spots. Sorry y'all can't see my face, but maybe that's good for y'all. Another thing is that I like to do with my zucchini is I do like to make a trough, and my yellow crookneck, any of my summer squashes, have a trough all the way around for the water just to flood irrigate right around the base of it. I'll wet the top of this down and keep it damp for sprouting purposes. But when I water it, I flood irrigate around the bottom of it and just let it really saturate. My summer squash, when I plant like this here, I don't dare plant my hills closer together. If I'm going to plant more than two, or even more than one, I don't dare plant my hills closer together than 8 feet apart. It stunts their growth. These hills here, these plants here, will get to be about 5 feet tall. They get humongous planting them this way. I see a lot of people putting them too close together, and it crowds them, and that's what they call for in the planting. But if you go a little bit further apart, you won't believe the abundance that you'll get. One thing I can tell you about gardening, folks, is I see a lot of people on YouTube asking so many questions. There comes a time when it's time to stop asking questions and just to start doing. You're really not going to learn anything until you get your hands dirty and get on out there and do it. Hell, I'm still learning. There's a lot of valuable information, but quite honestly, until you start planting, you really won't know the right answers, the right questions to ask. So go ahead, folks, get your hands dirty, get on out there and start planting. Even if it's in the backyard, if it's in a pot in your back patio on an apartment building, whatever it is, get your hands dirty, get her done, folks. Until you do, you won't know what questions to ask. You have to start somewhere. Get on it, folks. Stop asking those questions. Start doing it. Learn from your mistakes. And then you know what to ask from each other. Because you know what? You ask me a question on how to do this and that and stuff. I can only tell you what works for me and in my area. Danny and Wanda have a completely different challenges than I got. And I got different challenges than what they got. Down in Northern California, they have different challenges than what I got. And I have different challenges than what they got. Up in Washington, Idaho, the Midwest, no matter where you go, I don't care where you're at. There's different challenges. There's different challenges right here in this local area from where I'm at. I'm up on a mountainside. Down in the valley, 15 miles away. Different challenges. Just in that short amount of distance, folks. Until you start planting, you won't know what questions you need to ask until you start running into the problems that you run on into. Get her done.